I posted one long form video every single day for 100 days on my main YouTube channel. Now, I did this because I was bored, but I quickly came to realize that it was a bad idea, and so I had to change the strategy. I couldn't stop the challenge because I had already announced I was going to be posting one long form video for the next 100 days, and so I couldn't pull out. I couldn't just stop because there were people who were looking forward to these videos. There were people who were wanting to see me finish the 100 days, and I also wanted to make sure that I did what I said I was going to do. And because I said I was going to post for 100 days, I wanted to make sure I finished because I had set the challenge. But that challenge has been one of the most difficult things, in fact the most difficult thing I've ever done on that channel, and I'm going to explain why. When I started the challenge, we were at 96,000 subscribers. For context, the niche of that channel is hair care. So natural hair care, DIY styling for hair, DIY product making for hair, just natural hair, everything. My plan with the challenge was to introduce all of my other interests to that channel. You can already see where there is a problem. We have a channel with 96,000 subscribers. I was going to talk about the creator economy. I was going to talk about my fitness because I'm a gym girl. I was also going to be doing vlogs. I was going to be doing what I eat in a day. So full day of eating. If you go to the 100 days of content challenge or playlist on the main channel, you are going to just see the first week I was posting every other type of content apart from the hair care content. So I decided to start posting these kinds of content. Let me see if I can go to the playlist now. And I quickly realized that it wasn't going to work because my videos were no longer getting views. We were suddenly doing 50 views on a video. We were doing 100 views. Oh my God. And I quickly could tell that this was going to tank my channel if I was not careful. The main problem with doing a challenge like this and choosing to post it on an already established platform, if the challenge you're about to do has nothing to do with your predominant or main niche on that platform, then you are going to struggle because we already have people following you for a particular thing and suddenly you are introducing other things. In this case, we already had 96,000 people follow me for hair content, and all of a sudden here I was posting creator economy content. So hair content and creator economy content are like this. They are in no way, shape or form related to each other. If I was going to be posting beauty content, maybe skincare content, maybe full body content, even food content, what I eat to maintain my body, I could have tied that to hair and said, because I do all of these things, I'm able to maintain my hair like this. But we have creator economy, we have hair. It's just like saying we have tech content and I want to bring that and post on a hair channel. So because we already had such an established audience, I wasn't able to make that fly, and I decided, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to stop posting this content here after the first week. I stopped posting that after the first week, and I decided that I was going to go back to posting hair content. And so I posted other content that's not hair content for about 5 to 7 days, and then for the remaining 95 or 90 days ish, I went back to posting hair content. My main challenge, even before I started this challenge, my main problem, my main thought was, how was I going to be able to come up with 100 different ideas for hair care content? That was one of the reasons why I procrastinated on even starting the challenge in the first place, because I realized that this wasn't something that I wanted to do because of the volume of work involved. I knew just how much work was going to go into having to dish out 100 different videos, long form videos about hair care, and I simply wasn't willing to do that at the time. But at the end of the day, I decided, you know what, my original goal with the challenge, let me come to this, my original goal with the challenge was to introduce my other interests and hopefully grow the channel. But after I realized it wasn't going to work, I changed my goal. This is to let you know that it's very okay to change your goals from the original if you decide to do something like this, once you can see that it's not going to work, especially on a... I need to charge my phone. Give me a minute. So it's very okay to decide to change your goal. That's what I did. From what I see, from the beginning of January up until now, we still have videos that have done less than 200 views. So you can see just how poor that number was. For me, it was very poor because my channel is monetized and my channel is also one of the ways that I make money. And so I was like, I don't want this to be what I am dealing with. So let me quickly switch back to hair content, and I did that. But my entire thing with doing a challenge like this is you may start with one thing in mind, and as you progress, you observe that your priorities are shifting, and what you thought was going to be the end goal of the challenge is no longer even in mind as the challenge continues. So while I began the challenge with the intention of introducing my other interests to the channel, by the time I was done with the first week, I realized that I was going to have to change the goal from introducing my main interest to finding a different format that was going to keep me interested in posting hair content still. Because also at that point, one of the reasons I started that challenge was because I was getting tired of posting hair content. I was getting tired of constantly demonstrating things, constantly explaining things, constantly doing voiceovers. And that was the point where I had begun to introduce talking head videos into my hair content, apart from hands-on DIY demonstrations. So I decided to move away from focusing on this one goal and move towards focusing on just doing more videos that were going to help me find a different format. I decided to move towards focusing on doing videos that allow me to explore different thumbnail formats, different title formats, and also videos that enable me package my content, my titles, my thumbnails in such a way that they were not clickbaity. The way that we post our haircare content is haircare content demands that you are not so direct a lot of the time. There is how to format of content. There is do this and you will get this format of content. And these things work for a lot of channels. But here on YouTube, if you want people to see your hair videos and watch the hair videos, you have to be a little clickbaity with your titles. So you will get titles like use this in 30 days and you'll get guaranteed hair growth, so that even if you are using something as simple as a rosemary spray, you cannot just come out and say rosemary spray for hair growth. You have to come out and say maybe massive hair growth using this one ingredient. So you can see that in that title, there is no mention of rosemary. So you just have to craft it in this way that will make people to actually click on the video. And at a point, I'm still going to do it. I am considering retitling majority of my videos, especially the outliers, to reflect the topics of these videos, so that if you're looking for a rosemary spray video and I have a rosemary spray video, you will find it. Now, if you type in some of the things you're interested in on YouTube by name or by what we call it, by keyword, like rosemary. Let's come back to rosemary. If you type in rosemary as a keyword, you may not see some of my content, even though I have content about that keyword. So I need to retitle all of that. So I now decided to change the challenge from introducing interest to helping me find working formats that were also going to improve my content and so on and so forth. And I was able to do that successfully. One thing I will admit though is that my channel still has a lot of work to do. As I am here, I am presently thinking of hiring a YouTube coach, and I am thinking of also getting a channel manager from YouTube. I actually need these things now. There was a time I had a YouTube channel manager, but then my channel was small. So I was fighting for my life. So I really couldn't focus on what that person was saying in terms of growing as a YouTuber. But now I actually do need to have a YouTube coach, have a channel manager, just something that will help me improve this channel, because I feel like there's a lot of things I am missing with my channel. Even though we're at 100K, I feel like we can do better. I feel like we just need to put in a different amount of work in order to grow in a different, more progressive direction. This YouTube is an entire school. Like, you need to be constantly learning. You need to be on your toes. You need to learn about the platform. You need to update yourself as well as time passes and as the platform grows and as you grow as a creator. And so it's just a lot of work that is constantly being done. So for this challenge, I just wanted to come and share my experience and one of the lessons that I have learned, one of the key lessons that I learned that helped me with the challenge, with growing and with posting the content. It's a lot of work, but it's not impossible work. And if you continue to do the work, there is no way that you will not grow. I always say that when I started posting content on YouTube, there is a big difference between my content from back then and my content now, and the things that I was chasing when I was posting content even 1 year ago on YouTube are not the things that I am chasing now. Now on this YouTube, one of my goals is aura. Like, I want to just sit down and make content about anything, and then when people watch me, they are compelled to continue watching me, continue listening to me, just by virtue of the way that I appear, the energy that I give off in my videos. And we are definitely getting there. So if you are considering doing a challenge like this, please look into it, have your goals, have your ideas, have your expectations, and also understand that the challenge may take you in another direction other than what you are expecting. But it's a very good way to grow. It's a very good way to push yourself to be consistent. It's a very good way to push yourself to keep showing up. And it's also a very good way to discipline yourself and make sure that you don't make excuses when it comes to your content. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.